minister, priest, and rabbi walked into a radio station one day, but it's a blast, and I hope we do it for decades to come.
I heard that it was the driver who actually was indicted for murder.
He was indicted for second-degree murder.
The driver.
Yes.
I don't understand the circumstances to know why it would be the driver who would be.
Well, all those details.
But
are gonna
they
come
do
out.
have something to answer for.
Oh, clearly.
Clearly.
Oh, clearly.
You get a healthy man. And then all
Well,
of a sudden-
wait a minute. There was an article that I read that said that he had had some sort of surgery weeks before this, but it still doesn't justify what happened to him.
That's right.
A Show of Faith has been on the air over 10 years straight in the Houston market. You have to understand that our radio show is not where differences are swept under the carpet. We never envisioned a show of interfaith dialogue, because there really is no dialogue taking place in this country, in my opinion. Real dialogue. Real dialogue is where I can be who I am, and the minister and priest can be who they are, and when we disagree, we discuss our disagreements. And a lot of interfaith dialogue is where people will only talk about what's the same between the religions, which means they're not liking me for my sake and how I believe. They are liking themselves for what they see in my faith, because all we're talking about is how we're alike. It's only when you talk about the differences between faiths that you really understand your own and understand another. There's a saying, if you've never compared your own religion to another religion, you don't know any religion.
Stuart and I can get into it because there are genuine differences between issues in morality and issues in the understanding of God and law and relationship with society in the Catholic and the Jewish perspective. So overall, for me, the Show of Faith is one of the most enjoyable things I do every single weekend. And I hope God gives me the grace to continue to do that every Sunday for the foreseeable future.
The unemployment is
Who's been in charge of that area?
well,
Democratic government.
well, that's
Yeah, well, there you go.
And what now? I'm
But
saying
hopelessness
By the way, you know,
is not really based upon who's in charge. I mean, you can be hopeless whether you're a Democrat or Republican.
but David, you just said, well, you were talking about the schools. Here's a prime example. Who is going to benefit the most from saying to a family, here is a voucher, oh my God, voucher, for $3,000, and whatever school you as a family choose to take your children to gets that $3,000. Who is going to prosper and benefit most from that?
The black community.
The black community.
And who
And it's
is
the
going-
Democrats who will tell them, I'm sorry, you can't do that because it might help the Catholics.
No, it might help. It might hurt the teachers' unions.
Oh,
That's the whole problem.
okay. All right, it might help the teachers' unions. Welcome back to A Show of Faith on AM 1070 The Answer. 713-339-1070 is our phone number. You can call us at 1-866-357-1070.
We said that we would zealously advocate for our faith. And when we disagree, we disagree. There's a lot we agree on, but there's a lot that theologically we will never agree on. And it comes down to our conversations. But it's a blast. And we know each other and we love each other in spite of our differences. So many people think that you can only get along with people you agree with. You can only like people you agree with. But that's not what we found. That's not what true dialogue is. True dialogue is when you know somebody well enough that you can disagree with them and go back and forth and still trust the relationship. And that's what we do on A Show of Faith every week. It sounds like a joke. A minister, a priest, and a rabbi walked into a radio station one day, but it's actually true.